Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I'm here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of waves. When you think of waves, do you think of the ocean? Do you think of music? Do you think of waves that other people are causing? Do you think of turbulence? What do you think of when you think of waves? Are you the one that's causing some waves? Or are you the one that sees those waves and feels that power, that velocity? Are you the one that's scared of waves? Or are you the one that learned how to ride that wave? What is a wave? Is it that force from the earth that's causing a purification? Is it that force that enables change, that does a cleansing, that with its might and its strength causes things to be renewed? So waves are those things that we could decide if it is a negative or is it a positive. How we perceive that is how that will enter our life in our own reality. Sometimes people think, well, you know what, I'm not going to do that or say that because I don't want to cause any waves, don't want to cause any problems, instead of looking at it as that waves are for a purpose. The waves that we enter in our life and how we show up in that and how we learn to deal and to cope with those waves is our decision. Sometimes we think, well, I had to ride that wave by default. I had no other choice. But did you learn? What did you learn? Are you better because you learned how to deal with that, how to coincide with that element of that wave, of that power, of that pressure and that strength of the velocity? Did you do that? Or are you the person that sees a wave and goes, whoop, 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 and backs away and sees it as something that's fearful, instead of embracing what it is there to teach us with that strength? Sometimes waves knock us down, get knocked down, but you get back up. Sometimes we get knocked down, we have to crawl out of the situation, but did you make it out? So the power behind that and recognizing that is a beautiful thing. So let's say there are no waves, there's nothing there, then I guess there's nothing to learn. When there's a big wave coming and you happen to be a surfer, you don't go into that unless you're going out to that to ride that. So when you are trying to get out of that and you are not in that strength element, then you go with the flow of that wave, and then it will let you out. So when we see how incredible it can be and how beautiful it can be to ride that wave, to be a part of that instead of fearing it and looking at it from a distance and being too frightened to enter into that wave to see what it is to be learned. Some people learn really quickly about waves. Then they learn to embrace it, and then they learn how to work it to their advantage. And then they end up finding out the fun part of that because they've mastered it. So when we look at certain things that don't have any waves, there's zero challenge. And because there's zero challenge, there's zero things to learn. What's there to learn? It is looking at that as an obstacle and looking at it as something that can be overcome. Embracing what that looks like and the pressure that accompanies that until you master it, until you learn from it. You may decide this type of wave, I'm staying away from that. But this type of wave, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to embrace that. But this type of wave here, and learn. They come at different times. They come in different elements. They come in different environments. But the thing is when these waves come, look at it and assess it. And know that you have the ability to endure that wave that may frighten you. That wave that maybe you're unsure about. Look at it as a challenge of something that you can overcome. Everything in life is a lesson to be learned. Are you learning today? Are you learning that you can overcome things? It's a matter of learning how to ride that wave. I'm Coach Susan with Big On Results Coaching. And sometimes we just need somebody to help us with certain situations and help us to understand when something seems fearful or frightening or overwhelming, that we take a look at it and see that if it's something that's before us, it's because it's for us to conquer. It's for us to achieve. It's for us to learn from. If you need help with this and how to do and deal with these type of waves that are in your life, please reach out to me. Until next Monday.